Hey! So, I had a chance to watch Fear Street Part 2, 1978, early access. And I see the first movie, I had such a blast with it. I just had such a blast with it. You know, the first movie was kind of like taking some shots of liquor, and you're like, yeah. And so, like, the first film was a 7 out of 10. The second film, believe it or not, it's funny. The first film started off mediocre, and then the more it went on, the more it trudged along, the better it got. Same thing here. The second film, it started off mediocre, and then it's like the more that it went along, the more that it won me over. So, the first film gave it a 7 out of 10. Second film, I'm feeling an 8 out of 10. Okay, I enjoyed it better than the first one. Okay, now I'm about to get into spoilers. So, is there anything else I want to add? Nope.
Save me. When did this turn into Beautiful World? When did this turn into?
So I have the I'm shooting a bunch of videos back to back. So I have the movie pulled up. It's July 8th. 10:23 p.m. But I have the movie pulled up just for some remembrance, making sure that I laser point out some moments that I really loved. The movie is about an hour and 50 minutes for those of you who are curious. And by the way, the sneak peek at the third film at the end, oh my God, C. Bergman, I think it was like Cindy Bergman, some shit like that. But we open with her as an adult. We get a sense of kind of the reclusive kind of. She kind of reminds me of this character from Final Destination 2. She's kind of just like that character actually. But also I think there's a room that has like a bunch of clocks in it, and for some reason I love that little touch because it just emphasized just think about how fucking crazy she must be. But yeah, oh yeah. By the way, there's a moment where she's drinking some whiskey. I think it was like Jim Beam or something like that, and she was eating macaroni and cheese whilst drinking whiskey, which a woman after my own dying heart. But I love the way that this intro brings us right back to Dina and Josh, who I think are just adorable characters. And they feel like they just genuinely walked off the page of like a Fear Street novel, for real. I relate so much to both of them actually. When she's pulling up old pictures, she's thumbing through this old ass booklet, and she's talking about her sister, and then we sort of spiral pan down on a picture of her with her sister Ziggy. This old Polaroid picture from 1978, and that brings us, boom, into the present day of this movie, anyways, which is back in time in 1978, by this lake with it's summer with these young campers, and they're about to get fucked up. So, I'm not gonna lie, I think like the first 25, 30-ish minutes of this, I was a bit worried, because like, it's so similar to anything on this list of slasher movies that you've seen from a plot execution standpoint, from a character development / execution standpoint, especially when compared to anything that's ever happened in the Friday the 13th franchise. Like, it's just there's a lot of like cliched moments. There's a lot of like familiarity from way better slasher films. So yeah, the beginning is extra. It's extra mediocre in my opinion. But once we get beyond the 30-minute mark, like the film, it starts picking up steam like a big ass train, and then it just all of a sudden becomes like just this roller coaster ride that like I unbelievably I had so much fun with. key word that I've been saying since my first review, fun. This is just it amazes me how once we get past the mediocre intro, this becomes just a violent, bloody, gory ball of delight. I do want to highlight some things from the beginning. So the beginning where we see Ziggy Vermin, you know, these fucking mean ass kids are just like, witch, you fucking witch. What are you gonna do, you fucking witch? You know, and they got her all tied up to this tree, and there's this one bitch. What's her name? Oh, Sheila? Yeah, Sheila. Holy fuck, fucking Sheila. Okay, all of her friends are a bunch of filthy bitches, but this one cunt, this one bitch Sheila, what a mean ass fucking kid. Okay, literally, if I was Ziggy. If I was Ziggy, I would have literally just like, because there's so many, God, just Sheila and her friends, they are so mean to Ziggy because they're convinced that she's this devil worshipping witch, you know. And it's like there's so many moments where it's just like, Jesus Christ, if I could inhabit Ziggy's body for a moment in the middle of Sheila talking, because Sheila's always coming up to her, talking about some, hey little witch, hey little witch. I just wish I could have inhabited Ziggy's body for like just 35-45 minutes, so I could have fucked Sheila up. Okay, I'm talking in the middle of Sheila talking, just I just would have punched this bitch right in the middle of her fucking throat. I hate characters like her. That fucking bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like when she tried burning Ziggy with the lighter, like, you fucking bitch. Oh yeah, by the way, the character Kurt, played by Michael Provost, what crack, what steroids was this character taking? Like every time you see this character, particularly when he's making an announcement for this like color war team game that they were playing, I forgot what the fuck was going on, but they're about to play some sport, do some shit, and he was making this announcement about them winning, you know, and he's like, yeah, and we're gonna win. That kid's energy, I need to siphon off some of that energy. That kid was fucking killing me. Also, shout out to Joan. You know, she was just some ditzy fucking airheaded, weed-headed chick. You know, she got to fuck this one dude real quick before she got fucking murdered hard. But every time I saw her, she perfectly embodied the 70s. Like, her character just cracked me up. She was just always like, yeah, man. Yeah, guys. Shady side. Yeah, man. Holy shit. Some of these people are way older than whatever the fuck I thought. So, Ziggy and Sydney, their relationship, I really dig it. You know, they genuinely come across as like true sisters. I love the banter back and forth between them. I love their whole contentious little relationship. There's one moment where Ziggy is going off on Sydney, and she mentions her little polo shirt that I guess she saved up for quite some time, you know. And during that moment, I was like, goddamn, I felt that shit. Okay, there's been times where I've checked someone like that, or I've been checked like that, and I was like, I totally felt that moment. I totally felt for Sydney in that moment. Like, goddamn, your sister was fucking giving it to you, dog. But yeah, you know, much like in the first film, where remarkably I came to care for the main characters amazingly. Like, the same thing happened here, it just took a little bit longer. I really came to care for Ziggy. I really came to care for Cindy. I really loved the heroic, almost Captain America-esque qualities to Sydney. I love Ziggy. You know, she's such an outcast. She's such a reclusive person. You know, the odd man out. You know, the weirdo. And I could totally relate to that. I loved all the moments with Nurse Mary just like losing her fucking shit. It just gives me so many flashbacks to different characters that I've loved or appreciated throughout my many years of watching slasher films. By the way, I'm not gonna lie, it took some time, but from the placement of the music, from the way that they have these cabins set up and the attire of all these characters, they did a great job of giving you the sense that you were within 1978. Similar problem to Part 1. I wish that they did something a bit more with the cinematography. I wish that the cinematography stood out more. I wish that the cinematography was more memorable, more visually stunning. And where is the film grain? Film grain. Where is it? The first movie could have used it. This movie could have used it. Especially. Or at least like the first film, they could at least made it look kind of like Blair Witch Project-y, so that it felt like the 90s. You know what I'm saying? When I watch the Blair Witch Project, I'm like, goddamn, even just innately in the cinematography, it feels like we're in the 90s. I wish Part 1 did that. When I watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the film grain, it makes me feel like I'm in the 60s. I wish that 1978 Part 2 had that going for it. So, missed opportunity there. And honestly, in Part 1 and in Part 2, I just wish that the cinematography just stood out more. It could have, both movies could have used more visually provoking imagery for sure. Better color palettes and everything for sure. About 44 minutes in, when Tommy comes back from the dead, and he has the axe, and he kills the boyfriend of Alice, really fucking viscerally, really brutally, like god damn, the murders, and it feels like more concentrations. Sometimes it almost feels like more concentration went into the execution of the murders in both films than anything else. Because fuck me, the murders in Part 1 and Part 2 are very visceral, very memorable. The murders of Simon and Kate still fuck with me. I feel so bad for Josh because I just related to Josh so much, and I thought that Kate and Josh were so adorable. And like seeing Kate just being so brutally murdered, my Lord have mercy, that still gets to me. But anyway, when Alice's boyfriend gets murdered, from that point on to the end credits, this second film is borderline gold. It's almost like the roller coaster has finally gotten to the top of the hill and has finally descended, and it's just a blast all the way to the end. I love how Ziggy and Alice go from like, I don't really like you, to like they begin to like genuinely bond with each other. Like, I love that. I thought that was done very organically, was done very well. I love all the call outs to Cindy cursing, because she's not really the type of person to curse. Again, very Captain America-esque. I enjoyed this when I was younger. I had a similar thing with not cursing, bizarrely. But that was short-lived, because a nigga started cursing quite a lot when I was young, actually. I loved the the cutest little romance between Nick and Ziggy. I thought it was done really well. I felt like the actors had fantastic chemistry. Jesus Christ, how old is Sadie? And what happened? What happened to the latest what happened to the latest season of Stranger Things? Are all the kids adults now? What the fuck is going on? I remember there was like this big blob, and Alice went to touch it, and she like saw a bunch of visions, and then when that piece of bone is sticking out in her fucking ankle, just and yeah, dude, when Alice, when she dies, I was just like, damn, Like, I actually cared. Like, when she died, I was like, oh, what, God damn it. I must say, this is a trait with the second film and the first film. The ability to make me care for these characters is kind of takes you aback, actually. And seriously, it's just the murderous rampage that Tommy goes on is to die for, okay? It's to die for. There's this fucking kid. I think his name is Gary, and he's standing next to a toilet. He turns around, and he's like, "Hey, Tommy, what?" And then, like, dude, the way that kid got decapitated, and then his fucking his severed head just falls away, and his body just like falls through the opening in the toilet. Dude, he got decapitated so intensely that when I was watching it, I was like, no, I need to rewind that. I need to rewind that, because holy fuck. God damn, that nigga got tooken out, okay? Tommy was not playing in this motherfucker. Also, like, at the end, when it's Ziggy and Sydney, and they're by the tree, and they're in the middle of the field, and fucking, like, all these, like, undead people are coming, like that one fucked little dead kid that's just running towards them. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, that's actually kind of creepy a little bit. And then that one bitch of Ruby who's always singing that one song, You Always Hurt, the one you love. This bitch is always just like swinging her hips, coming towards him, right? And when Sydney and Ziggy, when they got stabbed to death by all these undead people, I was totally mind fucked, okay? It was almost like someone took my face and just rearranged it on my skull. I was so taken aback. I totally did not see that coming. There's something about the execution of these films that when heavy ultra violence happens, it really takes you off guard, because at first you're kind of like, this is just going to be like some CW channel type bullshit. But then it's like, it's really good, and you care about these characters, and you really care for Ziggy and Sydney, and watching them being stabbed to death ruthlessly just blew me out, fam. Like, holy shit, that took me off guard. Like, I cannot wait to show my roommates this movie. Like, oh my goodness, what the fuck? I wish that I grew up with these two movies, because I would have loved them so much. And again, with the ending of this film, I love how the ending of this film reconnects to the first film. It blew me away that the little kid Nick was the same Nick that's the sheriff in present day, and like, it's just it's just the moments like that in the ending. I was just like, And then when Dina is touching like the bones and shit, and then and then we get the preview of the third film taking place in the 1600s or whatever. Like, I can't fucking wait, fam. And more than likely, I should be getting early access to the third film, so I should be talking about the third film early as well. But dude, it's possible that I might be uploading my review for the second one first, and then uploading my review for the first one afterwards. But that's just because I got early access in 1978. So your boy was trying to get on it, trying to get after it. Part 2, again, part 1, 7 out of 10. Part 2, 8 out of 10. It's just delightful, bloody fun. It's just a delight. It's just such a treat. I would love to have these movies playing around the house sometimes during Halloween, which is my favorite holiday. It's literally my favorite day of the year. I love Halloween. There's always just such a thick atmosphere. So some of my favorite memories are from Halloween. So, but yeah, that's my thoughts on both of these films. I can't wait for the third one, and I need to get out of here so I can edit this fucking video.